Hi, welcome to this free step-by-step breakdown of how you can become a better person, a better and more successful healer, and more in touch with the spiritual nature of life through mastering the modality of hypnotherapy and receiving your hypnosis certification. Hypnotherapy is perhaps the most grounded and versatile metaphysical healing modality, and one that carries some huge benefits with it. From raising your professional status and opening the doors to new partnerships, to increasing your skills as a healer, expanding the amount of issues you can address, and deepening your spiritual practices and connections, all the way to the most fundamental ways that you approach your own life and how you use your mind. I am going to break down how this one strategic course can benefit your life in 3 areas at once. We will take a moment to dive into each topic, and you will learn about some fascinating things regarding the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious mind here with me today. Plus, if you stay to the end, I will give you a special link to get a sweet discount on our certification courses. But before we get into it, I want to be clear about who this opportunity is best for. If you are not open to learning and growing, it's not for you. If you are convinced that a single healing modality is the best healing modality, and you have no interest in combining different tools and evolving your healing techniques, this is also not for you. However, if you are already fascinated by metaphysical topics and alternative healing, and are maybe even already offering services for things like tarot, Reiki, herbal medicine, acupuncture, astrology, yoga, numerology, channeling, sound healing, breath work, or one of the other awesome metaphysical modalities, then I have some strategic insights and a fantastic opportunity for you to break through to another level personally, professionally, and spiritually. First things first, let me introduce myself. My name is Matthew Isbell, and I am a student of hypnosis, spirituality, and consciousness. After years of rejecting the system, studying consciousness in ashrams, reading channeled material, the pure natural landscapes, and spending some time in New Age circles, I felt a deep desire to find real solutions to changing the world. I started studying concepts of sacred economics and how we can use ethical business to build a better world. The logic is simple. If we build better options for people and we educate them about why this is superior, then they will naturally take that option. Enter Bruce Terrell and the Northwest Hypnosis Institute. When I discovered hypnosis and met the founder of the Northwest Hypnosis Institute, Bruce Terrell, I knew that this was something special. Bruce is a fascinating individual with a background in teaching martial arts and translating Buddhist texts before he fell in love with hypnosis and started his now 5-decade career. He remains one of the most inspiring people I know, as well as the best damn teacher you'll ever meet. So, long story short, I'm now a student of hypnosis and spreading the word about this awesome modality and the best place to learn it, which brings me to the foundation for this training. What is hypnotherapy? Let's get clear about what hypnotherapy is. Hypnosis, before clearly explained, can seem like magic. It is often misunderstood, but always recognized as powerful. Why? Because this is subconscious mind work, and the subconscious mind is a lot more in charge of our lives than we give it credit for. So let's start there. Our subconscious mind is fascinating. The subconscious part is where you store all your memories, and it runs everything. In many ways, this is the boss. It takes care of so many things like our heartbeat, breathing, digestion, among innumerable other bodily functions. And it also has other power. For example, it controls what details we notice, how we perceive events, and how we feel about a situation based on past experiences. It saves us time and energy by making snap judgments about situations. Sometimes, though, we have patterns and ways of thinking that are stored deep in our mind that work against us. Patterns that helped us survive the past are not always the same patterns that will take us where we want to go in the future. And sometimes a pattern like, I am not good enough, will run and run and run, even when given hundreds of reasons otherwise. Those reasons aren't making an impact on the subconscious mind. So even highly successful people can feel not good enough. That is where hypnotherapy comes in. Hypnotherapy works directly with the subconscious mind, allowing you to have a different experience of yourself. making different associations in your brain, reprogram how you feel about things, and leverage the mind-body connection in positive ways. The results are that people who have smoked for decades can quit because they no longer see themselves as a smoker. People who are afraid of flying can feel comfortable on planes again. People who have a fear of presenting can stand in front of a huge audience. And people who experience chronic knee pain can reduce their pain immensely in just one session. Still sound a little strange? Let's get deeper into it. How it works. It works by relaxing the conscious mind. Your brain waves are slowed down to a theta state, which is similar to that of dreaming. With a quiet mind, the subconscious is more accessible and can be influenced in positive ways. In the theta state, the subconscious mind is open to accepting new programming, which is exactly what the hypnotherapist is trained to do, and what you could be trained to do as well. Hypnotherapists will use guided imagery, healing words, and verbal repetition to create breakthroughs, positive change, and encourage positive behaviors. And it just gets more interesting from here. If you look into the research, you will find that hypnosis has been clinically shown to grow bones faster. It can also reduce physical pain, help in weight loss, aid in cancer recovery, and is very effective in helping get over addictions like smoking. It can be applied to literally hundreds of different physical and mental challenges. So, is it effective? Well, the answer is absolutely. Clinical research regards hypnotherapy as the briefest form of therapy, meaning the quickest to get long-lasting results. Reportedly, hypnosis has a 93% success rate with fewer sessions than both behavioral and psychotherapy, according to research studies. Now, this has led some researchers to believe that for changing habits, thought patterns, and actual behavior, hypnosis is not only the most effective method per session, but that it needs less time and sessions than other forms of therapy. People can change because of something called neuroplasticity. Basically, we can rewire our brains. Literally. We make new neural connections in the brain to create new understandings, new perspectives, and new habits. Rewiring our brain can occur naturally in many different ways. But hypnotherapy is like supercharging this brain rewiring because of the trance state. From a scientific standpoint, hypnotherapy has been studied extensively. Functional MRIs and EEG studies have shown that hypnosis involves changes in brain activity, particularly in regions associated with attention, control, and perception. The science gets into some really interesting findings, but that is mostly for another time. What you might like to know now is that this modality has been studied extensively and has again and again shown to be effective. In fact, right now, researchers at Stanford, Harvard, Yale, UCLA, University of Manchester, University of Adelaide, University of Zurich, University of Toronto, and many others are spending time and money to crack the code of hypnosis with things like PTSD relief, cancer treatment support, pain management, anxiety, quitting smoking, alleviating depression, stress reduction, and helping with gastrointestinal disorders and irritable bowel syndrome. Many of these universities are also including classes on hypnotherapy as part of their medical departments because it's just simply that important. Hypnotherapy is becoming a powerhouse in its own right. So, how will this modality and one certification course create personal, professional, and spiritual breakthroughs in your life? Easy. Let me break it down for you. Number 1, personal breakthrough. One of the first pieces of feedback we get from our students is regarding their own personal breakthroughs that come as they move through our certification course. We can break this down into 3 areas. First, deep emotional healing. This course is unique because almost everything you learn to do for clients and others, you can also do for yourself. So as we go through teaching regression therapy, inner child work, hearts therapy, and emotional release processes, most students start to have immediate insights on why they are the way they are. And now they have the tools to address all of these things. From those 4 processes alone, you can create deep and lasting emotional healing. Let go of old traumas, heal your inner child, find more inner peace, and free yourself up emotionally. Second, overcoming limiting beliefs. Our hypnotherapy training includes advanced techniques for reprogramming the subconscious mind. The first place we recommend using that is with limiting beliefs. You will learn how to identify and address the root causes of limiting beliefs in yourself and with future clients. Then, through things like suggestion therapy, deep affirmations, and visualizations while in a hypnotic state, you can literally reprogram your brain. Tired of playing small? We can teach you to fix that. Tired of seeing yourself as not good enough? Well, with our techniques, you won't need to keep playing that tape on repeat. Finally, learn how to reduce stress and improve your well-being. We have many simple yet effective ways to completely de-stress your body and relax your system. Things like progressive relaxation, specific guided visualization techniques, and combining visualization and breathing exercises makes it easy to self-regulate. Again, these can all be used with clients later on. For yourself, though, having quick and effective tools to deal with stress and overwhelm increases your well-being and your resilience. You can teach yourself to be that calm within the storm, the solid and unmovable rock catching life's many waves. Plus, the process of learning and mastering hypnotherapy inevitably results in you feeling more empowered, and getting that certification up on the wall is quite satisfying. Here's one recent testimonial. Bruce's hypnosis training class was truly life-changing for me. Before class started, I knew that I would be learning what I needed to know to become a confident and effective hypnotherapist. What I didn't know was how profoundly the class in hypnosis would change me. I am more calm, centered, confident, and open to accepting and inviting change in my own life. I am forever grateful to Bruce for providing such a rich experience and fertile ground for personal growth and for learning the skills needed for a successful hypnotherapy practice. Thank you, Bruce. Number 2, professional breakthrough. Sometimes being a healer and following your passion can lead to some frustrating situations. As you get more into alternative healing and modalities, it happens that we diverge from the mainstream culture. A lot of times this can be freeing. Often issues with the mainstream culture motivate many of us to search for answers elsewhere. Maybe you can relate. And that is how we find the metaphysical community and many of the fascinating modalities therein. However, from a business perspective, there are downsides. First, if we get too off the beaten path, we end up with limited market access. It's hard to sell a service that people don't really understand. I remember talking to one of my extended family members about my first spiritually oriented business, and at one point she said, "A chakra, that's a kind of rock, right?" Mind you, this was a very well-educated individual. So my point is, lack of understanding leads to a smaller population to sell your services to. Second, professional exile. If other healers and members of the professional community don't quite understand what you do or believe they need a certain metaphysical belief to benefit from your work, you get professionally exiled. This leads to less professional trust, less professional respect, and certainly fewer opportunities to do joint ventures and work with particular groups, to go on certain podcasts, or to just generally team up. Third, as you learn a technique or modalities, you might notice at times that you get varied results, or you don't have the skill to deal with many of the issues clients are coming with. This unfortunately leads a lot of people to not feeling good enough, even when it's not true. Self-esteem and confidence can drop. You might suffer some negative feedback from clients. You might also feel more anxiety or pressure going into sessions. It usually has nothing to do with your worth as a healer, but instead has to simply do with continuing education and continuing to acquire new skills and keep going. A great healer needs a diverse toolkit to address varying needs of a variety of clients coming through the door. The sad result of these hurdles is that at times you might struggle financially, and if that happens long enough, your business might fail. This is a worst case scenario, but I bet that you do know people who are super talented healers who are working jobs and making money in ways that have nothing to do with where their real talent lies. This is not only sad for that person, but what a waste of talent for our world. Luckily, once identified, these obstacles can be overcome. And if all you got out of this training was clarity on where you are stuck, I would be happy with that alone. Although, I do have a powerful and accessible solution to offer to you. And all of this comes in one fascinating course and at an affordable entrance price. So let's go over topic 2. Professionally mastering hypnotherapy and attaining your hypnosis certification has major short-term and long-term benefits. Let's go into the top 4. The first, become a better healer and get better results. We teach hypnosis to people who know nothing about psychology, consciousness, or healing. And by the end, they can perform complicated sessions to help their new clients. But if you already have some experience in a healing field or an interest in metaphysical healing, you will pick this up extremely quickly. You will become a more talented healer. Your techniques will take on a brilliant insight and effectiveness by working with the conscious and subconscious mind. And you can quickly enhance the overall effectiveness of your sessions. This means better sessions for your clients, better sense of competence from you, and a more fulfilling practice overall. This gives you perhaps the most holistic approach to your metaphysical practices. It is the grounding for all the other self-discovery that you are doing. If you do a Reiki session, you can back up your energetic support with the positive mental patterns. If you are working with acupuncture, for example, you can also now access the mind level if people are suffering there. If you are doing tarot, you can find patterns and upcoming events, and then set your clients up for success for how to deal and cope with them. And it goes on and on. Number 2. Next, you can help people with a wider variety of problems. If you focus on the body or energy work, hypnotherapy opens up your abilities to help people with the mind. If you focus on divination, this helps you give people the skills to deal with what is coming or what they're dealing with already. If you focus on emotional release, after the release, you can shore people up with positive beliefs and feed their subconscious mind productive and supportive thoughts. Plus, hypnosis is applicable for a huge variety of services, from helping people quit smoking to helping them lose weight, decrease chronic pain, deal with symptoms of anxiety, erase phobias, release trauma, decrease symptoms of PTSD, perform better in sports, perform better on tests, and on and on and on. There have been over 500 unique issues identified that can be helped with hypnotherapy. Number 3, access a wider market and stand out. With some metaphysical healing modalities, people have to have a certain belief system to feel comfortable with accepting your services. It might also be that a portion of the population is just cut off because they don't understand what you do. Hypnotherapy has now gained quite a wide acceptance. People like Ellen DeGeneres and Adele publicly acknowledged that they used it to quit smoking. Tiger Woods says that he uses it to stay focused on the golf course. Bruce Willis used it to overcome stuttering. Martha Stewart used it to overcome nightmares. And the list goes on and on. These type of public testimonials, alongside acceptance from places like Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and more, mean that more and more people are open to hypnotherapy. In fact, the market is growing rapidly. So when you are talking to people about your skill set and you say that you've trained in your therapeutic hypnosis, you get a warmer response than if it wasn't on your resume. People want to work with a powerhouse, with a healer who has several tools in their toolkit. And most of all, people want to work with someone who gets them results, and we can teach you how to get those results. Number 4, raise your professional status and create greater acceptance for your work. Let's talk status. If you don't have a great professional status, you can get it from our course. If you do have it, you raise your status even more. A major advantage of adding hypnotherapy to your practice and life is that it is so widely recognized and accepted within the professional and medical communities. It is often used as a complementary therapy alongside traditional medical treatments, which lends it greater credibility among healthcare professionals and the general public. This opens up doors for collaborations and joint ventures, programs with a wide variety of other healthcare professionals. Physical therapists, psychologists, and several different kinds of doctors all need hypnotists to help their patients with certain issues. For example, a patient who is suffering from throat issues but can't stop smoking. If you create relationships with these worlds, this can lead to constant stream of clients. Plus, it just looks dang good on your resume and on your wall. This certification is not taken lightly. Number 3, spiritual breakthrough. Let's take things to the next level now. We've covered how hypnotherapy can provide a personal breakthrough with emotional release, rewiring your brain with empowering beliefs, and creating more peace and harmony in your body through genius, simple mind-body relaxation techniques. And professionally, your breakthroughs come from new skills, better results for clients, being able to handle different issues than before, access to a broader target market, a heightened professional status, and a way to create greater acceptance for your work. So, what about those spiritual breakthroughs? Well, let's break this down into 3 sections: past life regression, reality and perception, and the superconscious. Past life regression is a fascinating, intriguing, and enlightening aspect of the hypnosis field. Brian Weiss, author of Many Lives, Many Masters, brought awareness to the subject through his book, where he found that his clients' issues weren't rooted in this lifetime, but in fact from several lifetimes previous. Regression therapy of this type has 2 major benefits. First, you can start to put together a wider picture of who you are, which leads to the natural conclusion that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Second, from these trance states and regression type sessions, you can strategically ask questions about this lifetime and the themes and purpose of what you are looking to experience or accomplish. Getting answers to these questions brings a deeper spiritual peace into your experience of being who you are this lifetime, and can be a deeper reassurance for you. The second spiritual breakthrough point that studying hypnotherapy provides is just how clearly it highlights the difference between reality and perception. Once you begin to work with the conscious and subconscious mind, you start to see how easily we shape the facts of reality into our own perception. Once we start to recognize that our perceptions are individual and not truth with a capital T, we begin to peel back a layer of reality. This realization can have profound effects on how you perceive your world, and it is the foundation for spiritual breakthrough number 2. The final spiritual element worth highlighting in this training on the benefit of mastering hypnotherapy and getting your hypnosis certification with us has to do with superconsciousness. We are talking so far about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, so it's time to introduce the next topic, the superconscious mind. This is a long appreciated and acknowledged state of consciousness. This is what is also referred to as samadhi, omniscience, the waking dream state, and the quality of going beyond the mind and body. We see different spiritual traditions seeking this state during plant medicine ceremonies, sundance ceremonies, ceremonial drum circles, multi-day meditations, and countless other spiritual practices. All of these search for creating the proper conditions for individuals to surpass the mind, get out of the body, and access the superconscious. Our final clear path to a spiritual breakthrough through studying hypnotherapy is from this dance with the superconscious mind. The trance state facilitates getting into altered states of consciousness. There is even a whole subculture of the hypnotherapy world that focuses on something called spiritual hypnotherapy and attaining mystical states. We do not teach that directly, but it is worth mentioning. Here, hypnotherapy again proves itself to be the diving board for growth in multiple areas of life. Course description. So, how does this work? Well, all our classes are taught live and online. We have 2 formats. One is a work while you study format, and the other is our lightning certification. Work while you study is a 14-day course spread over 7 weekends. We meet from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with a lunch break. The Lightning Certification course is 14 weekdays back-to-back. You'll be certified in less than 3 weeks. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with a 1-hour break for lunch and breaks throughout the day. So here's a broad overview of the special sauce. This is how we can train you, certify you in hypnosis, and map out a simple path to accepting clients and making $150 per session in just 14 class days. This is a typical course, and it varies from class to class exactly, but we cover all the material. In days 1 through 3, we go over understanding hypnosis, how to hypnotize, and all about trance hypnosis. Day 4 is all about conversational hypnosis. Day 5 is about self-hypnosis. If you are interested in your own healing and emotional peace, this will definitely be a fascinating day for you, including how to put yourself in a trance and how to be your own counselor. Day 6 is all about neuro-linguistic programming, which is a tool that on its own can cost upwards of $2,000 to learn. Day 7 is all about getting better with clients and how to work most effectively with people. Day 8, 9, and 10 are on basic and advanced hypnotherapy techniques. Day 11 and 12 are about the fundamental and advanced applications of hypnosis. Then, day 13 is all about spiritual and metaphysical applications, including spiritual consciousness, meditation and trance states, mantras, hypnotic dream work, spiritual energy, manifesting with hypnosis, spiritual healings, and working with spiritual energies overall. The last day of the course is about running your hypnosis practice with business practices, state law guides, and how to do promotional and marketing strategies, plus the foundations for how to turn this into just a long-lasting, successful business. As you can see, it is a step-by-step methodology, starting with the most basic idea of how and why this amazing modality works, all the way to you being able to handle a huge variety of issues clients bring to your door with 3 different new powerful skill sets. Plus, you will have greater insight into human nature, greater understanding of many spiritual practices and energies, and some very practical on-the-ground business and marketing foundations. Now, of course, there are other hypnosis schools as well. So let's see how we stack up. If we compare ourselves to other hypnosis programs, here's how we do it better. Other schools teach 1 modality, while we teach 3 modalities: trance hypnosis, conversational hypnosis, and NLP. We are less expensive, usually by at least $1,000 and often by $5,000 or more. Other schools offer pre-recorded videos that leave you with just theory and no practice, while we offer live sessions with tons of practice and hands-on learning. Other schools have very little follow-up after the class, which leads to a low rate of continuation, while we have ongoing coaching programs set up so that you can join if you want, so you can get continued support. Many schools are not taught by a master teacher who has done it themselves, but we have the best instructor in the game who talks the talk and walks the walk. Other schools give very little education on marketing and clients, while we spill the beans and give you the whole marketing playbook. And finally, some other schools, like the ones that focus on regression therapy, are set up as levels that you have to pay more and more to keep going. We don't do that. We offer a full service program, full certification, comprehensive education, and no additional levels. All things considered, the total cost of our program could easily be over $10,000, and the personal, professional, and spiritual breakthroughs would all be worth it at that price. But it's not that much. We could also charge the $7,000 that one of our competitors charges, a competitor who happens to do a huge portion of the course through pre-recorded videos. This would still be a fair price, a market price even, but it's not our price. We could even drop it down to just say $4,000 in order to make it more competitive in the marketplace and compete on price. And at that price, it would still be a steal. But we want to spread this modality far and wide, and we love what we do. So we are offering the total cost of the program at only $2,495. And what's even better is that you can start the training with as little as $399 down and spread the rest with just $133 per month at no additional cost. Now, you've made it this far in the video, and right now you are probably experiencing one of 2 situations. Situation 1, you're excited and motivated to start this journey. Can't wait to start learning hypnosis and mastering this skill. If that's you, then great. And you haven't even heard the discount yet. Situation 2, you understand the process and the opportunity. You know that this is viable, but you're still not sure this is right for you. Or maybe you think it's not worth the investment. So I will be clear. This doesn't come for free. There's a time investment, an energy investment, and a financial investment. So you need to know it's worth your while, right? Well, let's start with the short-term benefits, because that's what you get immediately upon graduation. You will get personal growth, 3 new skills: conversational hypnosis, trance hypnosis, and neurolinguistic programming, an internationally recognized certification, new market access, deeper results for clients, spiritual insight, and tools for spiritual exploration, plus a lot more confidence. This all comes in the short term and justifies the time and money spent on certification alone. Where it gets more astounding, though, is in the long-term benefits. When you consider adding this skill to your practice versus not adding this skill, you see a huge shift in looking 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years down the road. What happens to your personal and business success when you are able to give yourself emotional relief, overcoming limiting beliefs, and improve your overall well-being? Let's conservatively say a 10% increase in happiness and success. Now, what about the professional benefits? Increased client retention rates, higher number of possible clients, better and longer lasting results, plus more networking possibilities and joint venture products. That's easily another 10% of professional success, and most likely much more. Now let's add on the spiritual benefits. If you use the tools, you can reasonably expect deeper meditations, deeper understanding of your life themes and purpose, easier time seeing truth versus perception, and a couple genius insights over the years from dancing with the superconscious. Remember, Einstein supposedly came up with his theory of relativity in a self-hypnosis session and changed physics forever. So that's another 10% increase in life fulfillment. And again, these are conservative numbers. If these benefits compound, and they do, we can see that after 1 year, it's a 10% increase in each area. After 5 years, a 61% increase in each area. And after 10 years, a whopping 159% increase in each area. That's in comparison to what you would get if you just continued doing what you are doing now. So, can you continue your life without this? Yes. But can you also see how this single certification course and how mastering this single modality can set you on a completely different path of personal, professional, and spiritual satisfaction? Absolutely. And considering we have payment plans that allow you to start your certification with just $400 down, this becomes a no-brainer. So all I am asking of you today is to take a step forward and explore if this opportunity is really right for you. And I will reward you with a $500 discount if you do. All you have to do is fill out the 2-step application below. Step 1, fill out some basic information. Step 2, book a 15-minute call with the instructor who has 5 decades of experience in this field and is in a really good position to answer any questions and help you explore if this path is right for you. And again, if you fill out that application today, you will secure a $500 discount off the normal tuition price. So you've really got nothing to lose and a whole world of insight, abundance, and purpose to gain. Just fill out your information below and choose a time to chat. It's easy, straightforward, and with the power to radically transform your life, your career, and your spiritual connection. Just fill out the form below to get started. My name is Matthew, and this is Northwest Hypnosis Institute. And just remember, when the world needs healing, we train healers. Thank you.
Why don't you try me? I thought they saw you with stones in that water. Don't look down, it's further than you think. You got that style and grace, tongue-tied and stuttering. Calm down, I'm waiting. Let's run to someday, but